Unfiltered with Ndongo Gashane and Daniel Kariuki.
Indeed, this is Unfiltered. This is where we discuss issues of politics, current affairs, without saving. And of course, I usually host this show with one of my colleague here called Dan. How are you, Dan?
I'm very fine. How is your week?
The week is okay. Tunasukuma tu.
Munazukuma? Chaguruma lini?
Urudumu ramai.
My name is Daniel Kariuki. And as Gashane has put it, it is unfiltered. Here at Unfiltered, we don't filter anything.
Yes.
Whether it's politics, current affairs, the state of the nation. And we bring guests who can talk without filtering. And that's the reason today we are having
Zach Kennedy.
Yes.
Who is he was a former chief administrative secretary.
CAS.
And, former president Uhuru's regime.
Yes.
And in charge of youth. He was also former student leader.
Yes.
Before we started this show, you said that you were covering him when he was in Son politics.
Yes, when he was pushing matters for students at the University of Nairobi.
Yes. And now he is the deputy secretary general for the
Jubilee
Jubilee
Party.
Yes.
That's a very powerful position.
Very powerful indeed.
So he has been holding powerful positions.
How is that?
Or not? It's not powerful? It's powerful.
I will neither confirm nor deny. But thank you, gentlemen.
Yes.
I'm happy to see both of you. We are not strangers to each other.
Sure.
Although it's been a long time without seeing each other, which is uncharacteristically an African. Kinsmen must look for each other, share, break bread, and talk. Chinua Achebe would quip and say, when kinsmen meet under the sun, rather under the moon, it's not because they don't have their compound.
Yes.
Each has their compound. It's not that they could not be fed by their wives. They left much food in their house. But men meet so that they can talk.
That's true.
Kinsmen meet so that they can talk.
And in the spirit of talking, I think we should start right away from with asking you what is happening in Jubilee. Is Jubilee still committed to the opposition?
When you say still committed, it may look like it was never. So Jubilee is 100% committed, positioned, and is operating from the quarters of opposition politics. And when you say opposition politics, we say that Jubilee is not the ruling party. Jubilee has not signed any cooperation agreement with the ruling coalition.
Yes.
Jubilee was never part of it. And Jubilee is family, first in Azimio and now in the coalition of the opposition parties which have joined forces. There have been many, others are increasing. There are many movements coming in to oppose the ruling regime and the way things are being done. So yes, to answer your question, Jubilee is in the opposition, ears, eyes, and body.
But we saw former senator for Kitui, Enoch Wambua, saying categorically that he thinks that Matiang'i has been sent by Kasongo to cause confusion and division within the opposition. He just said that on Sunday, and today is Thursday. When this kind of mistrust starts taking root in the opposition, that's why, and there are some other quarters believe that the party leader for strategy, Fred Matiang'i, has not been attending the opposition meetings. We have seen former vice president and Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka and former deputy president Rigathi Gachagua alongside Eugene Wamalwa attending the seeking audience with the Inspector General of Police Douglas Kanja. But Matiang'i was no show. So when Wambua says this, why do you think he's expressing fear or concerns that Matiang'i could be a spoiler within the opposition?
Let me put it this way. First of all, I would want to unashamedly condemn Kitui Senator for his belittling utterances. I also would want to dissociate Kalonzo Musyoka and Wiper Party from the senator's remarks. I believe these are his remarks. I do not think he represents Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka, who is the party leader for Wiper, and I believe that those remarks were reckless. I think they must have been provoked by some stage excitement. I think he was addressing a meeting somewhere. I think he got excited. I was watching him. He got excited by some, you never know, maybe a beautiful damsel passed by. He got excited and then started speaking nonsense. I think
Are you saying he can get excited by seeing someone and talk about Matiang'i?
But yeah,
really.
I relate his excitement to circumstances that were beyond him. That's what I'm saying. Because what he was reacting to was what the newspapers had run previously.
Yes.
That Matiang'i is asking for a wider scientific process of determining the right flag bearer for united opposition in the coming election, which benefits Kalonzo, benefits Martha Karua, it benefits Matiang'i, it benefits Eugene Wamalwa, it benefits Rigathi Gachagua if he's eligible for contesting. It benefits even the late entrants, of those who will come, because united opposition hasn't closed doors. Many people are coming. Actually, I have seen many people inviting Sifuna-led group into united opposition. If they come, they are also free to contesting the flag bearer and a possible president for 2028. So I think the reaction to the call for scientific, widely consultative consultations, I think is a right call, which Senator Wambua seems to be the only one. I haven't seen that one Martha Karua. I haven't seen that call by Matiang'i, Eugene Wamalwa. Nobody has gotten jitters except Senator for Kitui,
Senator Wambua,
which I don't believe is for Kalonzo. The jury is out there, but I don't believe Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka, a man of dignity, can be rattled by a call for a scientific, widely inclusive process, which benefits him even, I mean, if you are saying scientific process to determine a flag bearer as opposed to a boardroom process, it benefits Kalonzo, because Kalonzo has not benefited from boardroom politics all through since 2013. Remember 2007, he was a victim of circumstances that were boardroom politics. 2013, Kalonzo became a victim of boardroom politics. 2017, Kalonzo became a boardroom politics, another victim. 2022, he became a victim, actually even worse victim. Now, calling for a scientific inclusive study that will determine who is the most suitable candidate for flag bearer of united opposition. It could be this is the golden egg for Kalonzo Musyoka. I don't think Nani is speaking for him, and therefore I dissociate him from any united opposition feeling that could have been targeted against Matiang'i.
But Sekjen,
Yes.
look at it this way.
Yes.
This is Jubilee party leader who is reviving Azimio in Ethiopia, Addis Ababa, and they meet with President William Ruto. And there are some efforts like to bring them together, reports indicate. Don't you think Enoch Wambua could have been right to say that maybe, just maybe, Matiang'i could be here on behalf of the party leader who is meeting the president
of the country.
Definitely, they talked matters politics. We cannot assume that they just talked about closing ranks but without talking about politics and Matiang'i being
just recently, Kalonzo was widely circulated in the press as being the man who was trying to bring together Uhuru and Gachagua in Lagos. And he said him, through the efforts of Olusegun Obasanjo, the former president of Nigeria, were trying to bring Uhuru Kenyatta and Gachagua together. That time, Senator Wambua did not find Uhuru interesting. Now that Abiy Ahmed, the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, is quoted to have brought together Ruto and Uhuru, now he's jittered. Can't you see the controversy? So my point here is this. Everybody, my brother, want Uhuru Kenyatta. Anybody who want to contest presidency, including the incumbent, all of them are scurrying all over, praying their gods in whichever language they do, that Uhuru Kenyatta endorse them. Everywhere. It is Martha Karua, whether it is Rigathi Gachagua, whether it is Kalonzo Musyoka, whether it is Matiang'i, who has his party, whether it is Ruto. Almost everybody is looking for that golden endorsement for president, whether for Ruto re-election and for the others election. So
on that bit, before you go on, assume that the former president decides to endorse the incumbent President William Ruto. Don't you think Enoch Wambua's statements could be making sense now.
I mean, if he endorses Ruto, then his statement will make sense. But has he? You know, these are speculations and conjecture,
Yes.
which of course it would be a very dangerous thing. Uhuru Kenyatta, just to put him into context, as the leader of Jubilee Party, has declared his candidate for 2027. And that candidate has been given the infrastructure that made Uhuru the president, called Jubilee Party. Uhuru Kenyatta has convened a town hall meeting bringing together supporters through Jubilee Party in Thika Greens that endorsed Fred Matiang'i. We have a meeting slated for Kiambu. All the delegates of Kiambu Jubilee Party will be meeting again in a town hall setup. Uhuru Kenyatta will be endorsing Fred Matiang'i for president. He will go to every county, which is what we are doing now as a party. We are trying to bring together all our members across the country, opening regional offices, county offices, bringing together all county officials of Jubilee Party and the aspirants who are seeking position. By the way, can I tell you this? Today, I was dealing with the people who want to contest through Jubilee. By now, I have 1,400 people. Across governor or across the country, yes. Governors all the way to the MCAs. All these people are looking to come to this party because of the dignity and credibility of the party leader who has identified the most suitable candidate to succeed William Samoei Ruto, the incumbent president. Uhuru cannot endorse a president using his party only to go out and vote for another. What he has said is that Jubilee has a candidate for president. Wiper has a candidate for president. DP is a latest entrant, has endorsed JB Muturi for president. PLP has a candidate for president, who is Martha Karua. We have other parties that has, including DCP. DCP has said that Gachagua is a candidate for president, although they haven't done the meeting. It is Gachagua claiming that he's going to be the candidate for DCP.
He was already claiming that he has not been endorsed.
Yeah, he's claiming, but the party will endorse him. Maybe it will do it. Just as us.
Yes.
The party has endorsed ours, PLP has endorsed. You know, the process of presidency begins with endorsement through NDC. NDCs are the conventions are the one that endorse. So far, DCP hasn't, and I don't want to speak for DCP because they are our brothers in the united opposition. We are looking forward to strengthening our Jubilee Party because already it has a presidential candidate.
Yes.
It has governors across the country, senators, women reps, MPs, and MCAs, and it has structures. The only thing we are doing now is to strengthen those structures so that it can become a credible vehicle for contesting presidency through its flag bearer. So, brothers, let us not speculate too much.
There is a contradiction there, but I'll come to that. But before I do, you say that DCP, you consider DCP as your brother in the opposition.
Yes.
But the deputy party leader for programs, Jeremiah Kioni, the former SecGen of the party, while speaking in Nakuru when you went there to open an office, you know what he said? He said that you cannot compare the Jubilee Party with another sijui masikio party because wale watu wanakunywa pombe wakimwaga pombe inaenda kwa wale gomi, the spirits. So the Jubilee Party is not does not listen to the spirits, but they listen to the people. And you dare call them your brothers?
Gachani, thank you for that question. Actually, I thank you because this is the second media house that I'm going to put in context what happened. I was the master of ceremony for that event. I'm actually the one who invited the deputy party leader, former Secretary General Jeremiah Kioni, to come and make his remarks. Now, people are excited.
Oh, you also say that?
Okay.
It's about excitement.
People are excited. He was excited. Yes, it was out of excitement. My brother, let me tell you, stage fright and stage excitement are dangerous concepts. When you hold a microphone before people,
I say your deputy party
he was
leader.
excited this way. He started speaking. Then said Jubilee, Mbele Pamoja, blah, blah, blah. Then he said Jubilee, because the tagline for Jubilee is Mbele Pamo. Jubilee, Mbele Pamoja. That's how we say it. Now, some people said, somebody said in the background, said Jubilee, somebody said Skiza Ground.
Oh.
Okay, so he was distracted by somebody. Then he said, no, Jubilee is not skizzering ground. Jubilee is listening to the people, is not listening to the ground. Then Kioni, out of perhaps that excitement, he was
Stage
quoted out,
fright.
or stage excitement. He was quoted. He was misquoted by people for having. And by the way,
I'm just
do not.
listening
It is
to
true.
Zach, and
What he
I'm
said.
wondering, with all these years of experience in politics, do you think
The microphone has no.
the
age.
deputy party leader can
The microphone-
get stage fright?
No, he was distracted. Somebody from the background said, "Skiza ground," and
So
you see
does
that is a tagline to the
Let me-
DCP.
Okay. Why did he have to explain all this about Kumwaga Pombe?
Yeah.
and
What he was saying is,
all this
skizzering ground
yes.
for him. First of all, I'm not justifying what he said.
Yes.
Already we said sorry as a
Oh,
party.
you say- you
Yeah,
issued
we have
on a-
apologized to the DCP party.
So you term Kioni's statement as reckless.
Gachagua and Matiang'i talked over that matter, and they said they buried that hatchet. It was actually a slip of the tongue. It
So
wasn't
are you saying that
serious.
Kioni's statement was reckless?
No, it was against the spirit of togetherness. Okay, it was against the spirit of progress, because the people who understood it took it to mean that he is calling those people. It was the people in the other sister
Apart from
party.
the dead party, the living dead.
That's how they took it, but that's not what he meant. The people had said "skiza ground."
But
Then
what did
himself
he
he was
mean?
saying we are listening to the
What
people.
was the intention?
For him, and that's why I'm saying that sometimes the tongue can slip. What he wanted to respond to the people is that Jubilee Party is not listening to the ground. Jubilee Party is listening to the people. That's what he wanted to say. He said the others, which of course is now what brought all the trouble, which are sisi hatuko hiyo mambo mnasema. Actually, for me, it escaped me until it was late, because by the time I was taking the microphone after he had finished to give to the other deputy party leader called Joseph Manje, I started seeing things online. Then
Trading.
I started. I took the video a little bit back. Then I put it into context. But I had somebody, when he was speaking, interrupt him. This is what I'm saying, my brother. I'm not justifying what he said. It was wrong. But we have also said the two principles have talked about
So
the
how
matter.
bad was it? To the extent that the two party leaders had to
No,
to talk
you see,
about it.
when
How
it
bad
started-
was it?
When it was trending, I think the DCP party leader called in respect to
Called
say,
Matiang'i.
called and say, I think
need to
one
see
of
you.
your deputy party leader is going overboard, and you're working together. We had just shared a platform together
Yes,
in
in
Kinangop,
Nyandarua, yes.
We had shared a platform together, reassured our supporters that we are working towards the same goal. We are together, we are one. Let us hold here. Blah, blah, blah. Then only to see next week. By the way, building coalition is a sensitive game. I have to tell you this. And you never really know which is a live wire. We apologize for that, okay? It's not just justification whatsoever. Jubilee Party, that is led by Uhuru Kenyatta. Remember, it was Uhuru
Has
Kenyatta.
Kioni himself apologized?
He doesn't have to if he won't, because the party, the greater vehicle, has said sorry to the other sister, which is is in good spirit. I am here called Zach.
Yes.
And I'm also saying it was out of context. We apologize for it. We should not be held in
Out of
into
concern,
context.
Zach, is Kioni going to accompany the opposition leaders in the Gusii rally slated next week on Monday?
He's invited.
Will he attend? He has
the
never
party.
attended one of many of the opposition meetings.
We-
Even
we-
the one you guys were in Kinangop.
Yeah.
Was Kioni there?
No, the one in Kinangop, he didn't come, but he came the one we were in Odhaya. He was in Moranga.
Oh, he was there?
He was there.
He addressed the crowd?
Yes, actually, he was also there in the Jubilee Party in Nakuru, although that was not a united opposition. Jubilee Party has invited him to accompany the presidential candidate who is hosting the united opposition in Kisii Monday and Tuesday.
Talking about united opposition, and of course, the Jubilee Party has a presidential candidate, as you have put it, Fred Matiang'i. Where is Jubilee in the united opposition in terms of pushing for the presidential candidate, the flag bearer, to be the flag bearer for the opposition? Does they stand the chance, looking at the candidates that are in the united opposition?
Thank you. The chance, Jubilee does not only stand a chance, Jubilee is commanding the stand.
Really?
Currently.
In
And
the-
that is why we are saying, in the
united opposition.
The united opposition, Jubilee candidate Fred Matiang'i stands a very fair chance, because wherever we have been, all our polls are telling us that Matiang'i is popular across the country as a candidate for president, and that Matiang'i stands a better chance to have united opposition dislodge the incumbency without wasting time on a second round. And that is why he's saying we need a scientific or inclusive formula to determine the most suitable candidate. Because a flag bearer is not just a question of age. It's not just a question of wealth. It's not just a question of charisma. It's a question of multifaceted cocktail, which include people participation. Remember, public participation is a virtue and a value of the new constitution, and that we should involve as many people as possible in a decision that involves the majority. Picking a presidential flag bearer for opposition is not going to be an affair of 10 people. That's what we are saying. The 10 luminaries in the party. It is going to be a great disservice if, Gachane, you will hear from this media house with my brother Kariuki that opposition candidates have picked Zach Kinuthia as a flag bearer. You are going to wonder, how, why? But if we involve sectors, many sectors, we involve the media. One of the methods that we are proposing is a media house like this one, a media of great reputation, to hold a public TV what are they called? Debate, yeah. A debate where
amongst the opposition candidates.
Yeah, without bringing the other. Before the main one come for president and opposition, incumbency and opposition. We bring opposition luminaries together and hold them in cross-cutting issues of economy, diplomacy, foreign policy, in inclusivity, track record, performance. So that as you ask them question, you are allowing the followers to determine the best candidate with real timely solutions for the country. So if you involve as many people as possible, it will work. But let me answer his question so that it doesn't run away, it doesn't escape the viewers today. Jubilee Party has a presidential candidate. I have said PLP the same, DP the same. Wamalwa was actually endorsed by his party as a DAP Kenya candidate. And I said as time goes by, I hope DCP will do the same. But as we stand today, we have said the first hurdle is won. The first hurdle was to determine who is with us, who is not with us. So Jubilee, which had many court battles running, with some of its MPs being bought by government, which also weakened our position as Jubilee. We were in court. We didn't have the party. Once we took over the reins of the party, and then we reinstalled a new leadership where I came in now as a Deputy Secretary General and the Secretary General, my boss, Uhuru Kenyatta. Now, we reaffirmed our position, and in the NDC that was conducted last year, September 2025, special one in Racecourse.
Yeah, go on Racecourse.
Yes, they gave, the NDC gave Matiang'i the mantle to represent the party in the United Opposition by the dint of an NDC. So he is an official representative of Jubilee Party in the United Opposition. When these men meet and women meet there in the United Opposition, they agreed that let each now go to the grassroots, mobilize and strengthen grassroots support so that when all the country is aligned, we will meet on the table, discuss now the modalities of getting the best candidate. Now, this is a stage where we are getting in Ndugu, and we have agreed that there will be a retreat to determine the modalities. Modalities of determining who becomes the flag bearer, but most importantly, when the flag bearer. And now these are the issues that we are fighting about.
That was supposed to be held
from Monday. It was moved on consensus. Why? It was moved on consensus. All the principals, actually they met in an evening coffee and agreed, let us not go yet because one was not already in the country. Actually, one had not returned. I think Stephen Kalonzo was in America. Other people had not been ready to come with the acceptable protocols that they wanted to. It is coming. But so nobody should expect
about the acceptable protocols.
Yeah, each party is coming, each candidate is coming with acceptable protocols that they will.
So it had not been met.
No, each has his. Like Jubilee, we are already saying we want a candidate determined scientifically. Now another one will say we want a candidate determined religiously. Another one will say we want a candidate determined psychologically. Others but through universal suffrage. When we meet on the table, this is what we are going to agree. That out of all the choices, we think the candidate will be determined in a next modality.
Let me ask you, when you talk about those methodologies of reaching out the presidential flag bearer, I've not heard you talk about experience because the critics of Matiang'i who believe that he has not matured yet to vie for presidency. He has never vied for an MCA seat. He has never vied for a parliamentary seat. He has never been a governor. He has only served as an appointee of former President Uhuru Kenyatta. So in terms of experience, even though some of the Jubilee followers maintain it, if it is not Matiang'i, it is nothing. I believe you have come across those sentiments radical, by radicals. People, some leaders led by journalist, wakili, politician, Wahome Duku, says that if it is not Matiang'i, they are not in the opposition. But when you look at those people who believe that Matiang'i has not matured to vie for presidency, can you paint us a picture of this scientific poll that you guys believe will pick Matiang'i as the best bet for the opposition?
First of all, experience, as you have said, is part of the protocols. It has not been wished away. Experience will also be determined. However, it is the experience of what? Is it the experience of work or experience of mayor running out in an office?
A political experience.
Okay,
Political
political experience
yes.
is coming. Gachagua was MP 5 years and then deputy president. Kalonzo was
but
MP,
he was a longest serving PA to former President Uhuru Kenyatta.
Well, and he was also in the administration. You are right. He was in the he has that experience. Then you come to Kalonzo who has been an MP, a minister, and also a vice president. Okay, he's the same as deputy president under the old constitution. Then Wamalo has been with mother, minister, and elected MPs. When all of them came to government, they became executive chieftains. They were executing government agenda as deputy presidents, vice presidents, and ministers. When Matiang'i came in, remember he was a beneficiary of a new constitution that allowed bureaucrats and technocrats to serve the people without going through an election. This was actually, he would not have been given any job by the president had we maintained the old constitution, because you had to be an MP for you to be a minister. But the framers of the constitution, which we are using today, 2010, understood that the limitation of service through an election is denying Kenya talent, is denying Kenya informed people. So they allowed that a president can appoint a minister from outside political circle, meaning political experience was no longer going to be a hindrance to service of mankind. When Matiang'i came in, I think the experience that now we, the proponent of Matiang'i, are giving out is, if experience is to be used as one of the parameters of determining a flag bearer, then we must broaden the word experience outside political experience. Okay, because there is a political experience, there is performance, experience in performing your job, experience of years, the years you have served, because he didn't come from nowhere. If we would say today, experience in an international NGO or experience in international organ, who among them would qualify except Matiang'i?
Let me ask you a very hypothetical question.
Sure.
You as Zach Kinuthia, there are 3 candidates here. You have Kalonzo Musyoka, Jubilee's Fred Matiang'i, Mother Karua, or let me put them form, Mother Karua of PLP and Rigathi Gachagua of DCP. If you would be asked to take the best person placed to be a flag bearer in the united opposition, you as Zach Kinuthia, you would go with who?
Oh, the one I'm supporting.
Yeah, as Zach Kinuthia, not necessarily as a party.
As a Zach, I actually reached out to him. I know Gachagua, I know Kalonzo, I know Mother, I respect a lot, Mother, Iron Lady, and I knew Matiang'i. I reached out to all of them except Gachagua that time, because I didn't reach out to Gachagua because Gachagua had been in government, the one that we were fighting. Yeah. So, we lost. I was in Azimio, so I could not have reached out to him that time. Yeah, because the government we lost. Azimio lost. I could not have reached out to him. But the other 3, I reached out to them personally and physically, and I know them. Given the 3, each can become a very good president.
No, I want you
but the one,
to be the one that you are coming. You are the one to
determine. I will pick Fred Matiang'i. That's what I'm telling you. But I'm not saying the rest can't. But I'm saying, given the 3, I will pick Fred Matiang'i. If you ask me why
not Kalonzo?
No, I say I would pick any, but I am picking Matiang'i.
And then that's the reason I'm asking. Why not Kalonzo Musyoka?
On a scale of 10, Matiang'i has a point more than the rest.
Which is
this point?
I'm saying out of 10, he has 9 if the rest have 8. He has 8 if the rest have 7. He has 6 if the rest has 5. Because the cocktail of the things I look for a person who must succeed Ruto, they are fitting more in him than in the rest. And this is it. Track record.
In terms of?
The work he did when he was a minister. The performance he executed as a government minister. 2, the set of values. And I said I know the 3. The set of values. 3, the energy to deliver and the non-compromisability of work. This is what I've been saying.
But-
Actually, I'm very clear.
But some of the things that Kenyans have been accusing President William Ruto of are some of the things that, again, the candidate you're talking about were accused of.
Like?
Contempt of court. That is one.
Yes.
A big one.
Yes.
These being like bullish in a way.
High-headed.
High-headed,
Yes.
I would say that.
Yes.
These are, and trying to force things, implementing things forcibly. Those are things that were accused of.
Let me address this.
The same. And before you address it, also you talked about popularity.
Yeah.
Do you believe Matiang'i is popular than Kalonzo in the political sense?
We have done scientific polls. Kalonzo has done his. We have done ours. We have conducted the independent one. All of them are placing Matiang'i ahead.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
This
So
scientific polls,
you
have
say
you
polls.
hired
You say polls.
bodies to conduct? Or you?
That's what I'm saying. Ours, of course, are likely to put us ahead. His is likely to put him ahead. But as a scientific poll that is not controlled.
Let me get this. Zach.
Yes.
Has Jubilee conducted polls?
No, not Jubilee.
Yes.
He's presidential secretariat.
Ah.
Yeah,
Oh,
because there's a
the
difference. Yeah,
president.
it's
But
not the party. The party
that
hasn't.
poll
Yeah.
was gauging Matiang'i against who?
By the way, there has been the question of who stands a better chance.
Yes. So that
of
was a
removing Ruto.
question.
That was a question.
Between or amongst who?
No, those who are vying. There are many choices. There are
Amongst
about
the
6.
opposition or the...
Yeah. Who stands a better chance to stand against Ruto? To win against Ruto?
So
There are
Matiang'i
6.
came first?
He was
So
he was
second?
leading. He was leading.
Yes. Who came second?
I think Kalonzo was second, to be honest. Okay, I think he
You
was
think?
second. I think he was second.
No,
There's
no,
no need.
Zach.
We can play politics.
Yes.
It's not that he's not popular.
Yeah.
Kariuki
He has been here.
Kariuki has asked a fundamental question. I'd like to hear your thoughts about the praise of ethnic balkanization in Kenya's politics. You and I know that of the word tyranny of numbers.
Yes.
And Kalonzo has a stronghold in Ukambani. He has a party that has been there. Wamalwa has a party from Trans Nzoia. You know, the elusive Luya unity they talk about. Now, Gachagua has a sizable following in Mount Kenya. Although I saw PNU and your party coming together, trying to wrestle the DCP out of the region. I don't know how that will happen. But Matiang'i, where can Matiang'i, does Matiang'i has what we call a base in Kenya's politics? As you answer that, consider the word tyranny of numbers and the praise of ethnic balkanization in Kenya's politics.
First of all, and I needed to answer the question about contempt of court orders, as he rightly put it there. You know, the law must also not also give orders that are not possible to execute. Because the court give orders, but the orders must also be executable so that we prevent the absurdity of things that come to your table. And an example is given by scholars of law. In a divorce case where your partner is accusing you of neglecting your coitus duties, okay, then the court orders that you be dispensing them thrice a week, okay, as a way of reforming, delaying
marriage.
divorce. So, and you say I will try my honor. Are you able to? Is a court able to enforce 3 times a week?
So what's your point?
This is what I'm saying. Any government, and that's why he's saying Ruto is also being accused of these things. Any government of the day has the responsibility of implementing policies.
Yes.
And it has to do what it has to do. If the courts sometimes give orders that are not implementable, Matiang'i always went back to court to go and appeal for them. Yes. But by the time he's going to appeal, the media has run with the story that he's defying court orders. And I think it is important for him when you host him, because he's open to being hosted. Listen to the facts he will present to you about the 3 cases. The one that is famous is the one on Miguna. It has, since then, the Court of Appeal has ruled that he was not in contempt of court. no contempt of court case stand on his name to date. But because of senseless, sometimes information, he is being accused of things that there are no evidence. And I think he will talk on himself for that one. My friend, Gashani,
Yes.
it is very unfortunate in the 21st century to keep us talking about ethnic mobilization in a place where clearly the generation that has much of the votes do not identify tribally. The current voting patterns across Africa have placed the new voting as a voting outside ethnic mobilization, because even us here, from our tribe that we come from, how many of our children can speak our language? How many of our children can relate to the ethnic prejudices that we grew up thinking? How many of them? I mean, our children ourselves here. So the patterns of voting have left ethnic mobilization. But the old politicians are still relying on what worked yesterday, which is not going to work tomorrow. By the way, there are new voting patterns. There are new voting blocks. And there are new voting constituencies that are emerging. One of it is Gen Zs. People have heard about Gen Zs, young people. The people we call Gen Zs today are united in one purpose by unemployment.
So are you
they are
saying
united
that,
in one purpose by issues that they go through.
Yes.
And the candidate that will be able to place them at their problems and give them solutions will be surprised to get the vote across the tribe. That tribe of feeling that ruled the 90s is no longer holding the new voter the way the politicians would want. Because if you say tyranny of numbers, then the person who should be president here is Gachagua. Because he commands numbers from the tribe that is big. And then that means Kalonzo should not become president anytime in the world, because his tribe is ranked number 4 or number 5 in terms of numbers.
Let me ask you this.
Then the other person who should become president should be Wamalwa, because he comes from a big tribe called Luya. I think it is never about the numbers in the tribe that is going to determine the future election. It is track record, performance, the vision, and the capability, suitability of a candidate. And that's why we are saying that candidate, of course he comes from a place that he can command 1 million vote plus. If we are to talk tribally, it is not that he comes from nowhere. He's not a...
They were talking about the Gusii community.
Yeah, it's not as small as
How
you
many
think.
registered?
Last time there were 2.2 in the diaspora.
2.2.
Yes. Nyamira County.
Nyamira ni
County,
Kisii?
but they are also in the diaspora.
Oh, diaspora.
And you know census will place everybody according to tribe. So you are able to tell even how many Kisis are in Nairobi, how many Kisis are in Coast, how many Kisis are in Western, how many Kisis are in wherever. But Matiang'i's politics are not politics of numbers. They are politics of ideas
So I hear you.
ideals
I hear you, sir.
and delivery of services.
I think I should bring to your attention that a recent report released by UDA showed that 50% of its aspirants, the people who are wishing to contest various elective positions in 2027, came from Rift Valley.
From his home ground.
From his home ground. I agree that at this century, we should never be speaking about the tribal affiliations and the tribal arrangements to win an election. But the reality, Bwana Kariuki, what is the reality? Vitu kwa ground ni tofauti.
You know, I was looking
that,
conclude.
Yes. So that the politics, I wish we were in a developed country like the US, where politics of reasoning, you see, issue-based politics takes the center stage. But 2026, even with the Gen Zs, the UDA report showed that 50% of the party's aspirants for next year's polls come from Rift Valley. Look at the pattern. So, is it what is supposed to be? All ni vitu kwa ground?
Na hiyo vitu kwa ground, because I'm also looking at because we are live on our platforms, and there is someone called Banavoke saying form ni Matiang'i. Then there is Boniface Mwangi who says Kalonzo Tosha, and Banavoke adds that Matiang'i is popular kwa ground ni Matiang'i. And then Johnson Gekunga says Kalonzo. So there is, it seems that
50-50.
it's a 50
Going
from
by,
the four comments that I have read. ground ni kama wanasema Matiang'i, wengine wanasema Kalonzo. So could we see maybe the two again becoming one, as in presidential candidate and the other one a running mate?
That's the ideal situation. Actually, I tell you this, when all competitions and chess thumping is done, the prayer for the united opposition that is coming from the Wananchi is that the two should join hands. That is what we are being told.
One
all of
running mate.
They are saying both should join hands. Okay, in which form is what now we are saying a scientific procedure is needed. Because if you ask Zach, I would say Matiang'i should be presidential candidate, Kalonzo deputy. If you ask Kalonzo's people, they will say Kalonzo should be the one, then Matiang'i deputy. Then they will give reasons. Then I will give reasons. Instead of us, the political elite, determining and making that choice for the voter, we are saying as much representative as is possible using other parameters, because even age is important. Okay, age is important because of the people who are voting. You know, people always prefer people who are nearer to them in terms of age.
Yeah.
Between Matiang'i and Kalonzo, when it comes to age, majority of the voters are not on Kalonzo's side. Majority of those people who vote are not in the age bracket of Kalonzo. Kalonzo will be 74 next year. When we are doing election, Matiang'i will be 59. So if we are to talk about the voting block per age, we are going to edge out Kalonzo unfairly. Okay? So that's what we are saying. Let's not use one parameter of saying age.
To determine.
Yeah, let's not say at the age. Let's not say experience.
Look at
Let's
all
not
the
say
parameters. All factors.
So that it is fair. And you know why we are asking for fairness? So that if Kalonzo becomes a running mate, we, with our leader Matiang'i, will not reject it. So that if we become the candidate, Kalonzo and his supporters will not run away.
Yes.
So this is what we are saying. The way we conduct who becomes, the way we arrive, the formula we are going to use to arrive to the flag bearer determines the unity of coalition. And this is what we are looking for. Wananchi are saying to us, Kariuki, please, you go and ensure you stick together. Because there's no chance if you don't. If you don't stick together, if Matiang'i goes his way, and if Kalonzo goes his way, Wananchis are saying, you are going to lose. Because we will go, for Matiang'i, we will go with Matiang'i. For Kalonzo, we will go with Kalonzo. And that creates a rift, which is not necessary for us to dislodge the incumbent.
In the united opposition.
Yes.
Where is former President Uhuru Kenyatta in all this?
Uhuru Kenyatta has a candidate.
He cannot push for another candidate?
No, he can, but for now, he has a candidate, who is Fred Matiang'i. He has a candidate, and it is very clear. I'm not speaking for him. I'm only echoing his will. The candidate for Uhuru Kenyatta for president is Matiang'i. But remember, being the bigger brother here, everybody in the opposition is looking up to him, saying, give us the way forward. So what he has told them is, everybody should do the work that they need to do. Kalonzo should do the work, go across the country convincing people. Matiang'i go across the country convincing people. Wamalwa the same, Martha Karua the same, JB Muturi the same, Gachagua the same. The right time for determining who becomes the flag bearer, time will sort some of these problems. Because if you remember, you are here, Kariuki. How long was Kibaki determined as a flag bearer for NAC? How long to election?
I think it's the home stretch.
It was 3 months, isn't it? It was actually September. Then the election was done in December 27th. So we are worrying about things that do not matter for now. The work that remains now is grassroots countrywide mobilization of voters. Let the young people take the votes, do civic education, convince them on the policies, give them solutions, identify what you need to do for them, each separately. And together, like in the Gusii one, we are going to do this together. But you are in Nakuru alone. Gachagua was in Narok alone. Kalonzo will be somewhere alone. But the time that calls for us to be together, we are striving to be together so that we speak with one voice. But also remember, the voters who are listening to us can tell who should be the lead of the pack. They can tell, always. And you can see. Every time the five guys appear together, the masses are always reacting, as you have read in the reaction. They are saying, one of them, we can see who become. But we don't want that one to say, I am the one. We want them to say,
Zach,
that one is who?
Going back to
Even you two here, you can tell me who is best deserving.
So
No,
what
no,
else to tell you?
no, he's laughing.
You want us to tell you?
Of course,
You
you
know-
should tell us. You should tell us. You can see it, but scientifically, don't tell me in your
Zach,
mouth.
okay.
We take a vote.
let me ask you this question.
Secret ballot.
When former president
Uhuru Kenyatta.
convened the National Governing Council for the Azimio Coalition, One Kenya Alliance, had appointed Kalonzo Musyoka as a party leader for the
Azimio
for the
Coalition
Azimio
party.
Coalition. Some quarters, as you say that Uhuru has a presidential candidate who is Matiang'i. Some quarters also said that the decision by former president and with some of the National Executive Council members of the Azimio, they had resolved to appoint Kalonzo as the party leader to succeed the late Raila Odinga.
Yes.
Had a meaning that number one, he wanted to show the opposition the direction he wants to take, so that they may join the Azimio coalition and probably change the name
Yes.
later. And by picking Kalonzo, he may probably be trying to communicate that could be the leader who is going to be because of course the party leader of the coalition is basically going to be the presidential candidate. So what is all this about Azimio? What is the strategy? What is the goal?
Let me explain this, and thank you for that question again, because it has really been misunderstood. Political pundits and media analysts have taken it out of context. And of course, it has affected the relationship between the coalition partners. Remember, ODM reacted to it. PLP reacted to it. Wiper reacted to it. The main purpose for reconstruction of Azimio, as you saw it happening with Uhuru Kenyatta, was because there was communication from Parliament that the coalition party, that is the opposition, is not properly constituted. And therefore, it is hampering the business in the House. Now, the business in the House here majorly being two. One, which is a main party, seeing that ODM is leaving to join broad-based in a non-formalized coalition. And Wiper is remaining in Azimio, but joining another unofficial coalition called United Opposition. ODM is going to United broad-based. We need some order here for business to be done. The first thing was, remember, every party is deserving of some money that come from Office of Register of Political Parties. But this money was not being released, because the party that should receive this money and then disseminate to other political parties is out of question. It has no party leader.
The Azimio coalition.
The Azimio coalition has no party leader, and no business can be done according to the elections law of 2011. So what they did was to quickly come together under the chairmanship of the chair of Azimio Council, who is Uhuru Kenyatta, to come and fill that position of Raila. So the agenda was to make Azimio coalition, a credible and legitimate opposition coalition inside Parliament and Senate. So that, and this was initiated by actually Wiper, because Wiper wanted, because it seems ODM is going to bed with the government. Then Wiper, being the third most popular party of opposition in Parliament, needed to take position. Now, the reason part of us did not like the elevation of Kalonzo as a flag bearer in that coalition was because Kalonzo is not Wiper is not the most popular party after ODM. It is Jubilee.
So you thought Matiang'i should have been made the party leader?
Yeah, Matiang'i. But still, we didn't want him made. Because this is a consensus of equals. If you make Matiang'i the flag bearer, or if you make Mother the flag bearer,
but Mother
she's part of it. No, she didn't formally do it.
The party exited.
Yeah, but it has not been formalized by the ORPP.
Really?
Yeah, it hasn't yet.
You got the note.
Yeah. No, she wrote nini, but it hasn't been formalized.
But even she changed the name of the party.
Yeah.
Meaning that probably...
True. No, she left, NEC approved, but it hasn't been gazetted that any party left, including UDM. UDM, the party of the Senate of...
the one in government.
Mandela, yes. Went
because
to government.
It already has a coalition agreement with the Kenya Kwanza government.
But they never effected it in Parliament. Remember, there are things you do in politics, but they must be legally formalized. So let me finish that point because it is important. Coalition, Azimio coalition had ODM as the most popular party. The second one was Jubilee. The third one, in terms of members of parliament and senate, the third one was Wiper. So it goes without saying that the person that should have become the flag bearer of Azimio coalition, who was late, is Raila. Then the second one should be Jubilee. Jubilee has a party leader. The party leader is already the chair of the council. So then it should have gone to the presidential candidate for Jubilee. Did Jubilee have a presidential candidate? Yes, in the name of Matiang'i. But Matiang'i did not attend the meeting because the rules of the council is that it can only be attended by, is a caucus of secretary generals. It is the secretary generals who went there.
Yes.
So he didn't go there. Now, the agreement that should have been there, and that's why many of them have bolted out of that agreement, is that Azimio should not have picked a flag bearer who has direct interest in the 2027. Because it will give them an undue advantage and misinform the public. But the people who did it thuggishly by sneaking that agenda to the chair of the council, who is Uhuru Kenyatta.
But he allowed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I said sneaked it because thuggishly, because I'm saying that thuggishly because they said they were filling this position. So filling this position would mean then who was Raila as running mate?
Karua.
Mother Karua.
Yeah, but then Karua then should have become the flag bearer.
But she exited.
That's what I'm saying. But legally she didn't. She left all intentions and clean is that she's out of Azimio. But remember, Azimio is presented by the coalition of ORPP, the one that deposit coalitions, did not formally recognize that, and there is no gazette notice.
So according to you, who should have been succeeded Raila?
The one who should be Azimio coalition today is one who has no interest in becoming president. Okay, so that there is there is fair play.
The party leader in most of these.
No, that's what I'm saying. You are reading it too much, and I don't want to dwell there much. The idea is the people who ran to install themselves there through those things had an agenda.
Now, are you saying former President Uhuru Kenyatta was not in charge of the council meeting that elevated?
Yes, he was the chair.
That elevated because you say the people who ran there and installed themselves. In fact, you use the word thuggishly.
Yes.
And then this meeting had a chairman. Yeah. And the chairman was Uhuru Kenyatta, your party leader.
But the chairman was supposed to do what? Facilitate the filling of the
council.
Filling of the flag bearer. The rest are details. It was not contested to say it is going to be Gashane.
So Zach, are you saying there is no, before we meet as a party or even a chama, see the usual agenda?
The agenda was to fill.
So
by who? You see, by who? You know, by the way, you must also come to see retired President Uhuru Kenyatta is such a highly placed statesman. To come to details of who do you want to do what and why does not matter. What is important to him was that the coalition needs to be formalized by appointing a flag bearer, as was in 2022-2023.
So who is Uhuru's candidate then? Because
for that,
in a meeting he chaired,
yes.
In a meeting he chaired,
yes. In that
decision was made.
Let me answer to just straight. The question of Azimio flag bearer has nothing to do with the 2027 election. Yeah, it has nothing to do. It had everything to do with formalization because of working Azimio.
Because you say that kulikuwa kuna kwama some.
Yeah, it was a parliamentary. Actually, it was for parliamentary procedure. And you see, because ODM has gone to government, many luminaries within Azimio felt that they should relinquish
those positions,
parliamentary positions.
Parliamentary positions.
And that is why you see, Kalonzo becoming there. And that's why I'm saying there are mandarins who had selfish interest. Then that would mean the minority leader is going to come from Wiper, both in both houses, Senate and in the National Assembly. So it means the whip, minority whip, will come from Wiper.
I hear you.
That is not fair for Jubilee. That's what I'm saying.
Where do you see Azimio in the coming days?
Azimio has no place in the coming election, to be honest. Okay.
Azimio, which is chaired by Uhuru.
Uhuru chairs the council. But that Azimio is not the coalition of parties that will provide the candidate for president in 2027.
And now we have there
will be there is united opposition. Yes. There is that one. There will come others.
So where Uhuru? Yeah. Uhuru is the chairman of the Azimio Council.
Yes. The 2022 Azimio Council.
His party.
Yes.
Which has a candidate in the name of Fred Matiang'i.
Is part of.
Is a member of the Azimio coalition.
Yes.
Why can't they just exit?
But remember,
The Moribad.
remember, they have left by
Jubilee.
all purposes.
Jubilee has left.
Majority of these parties have
Yes.
left. They are now in united opposition. You must also see that.
So they, at some point, are you saying
politically
they're
they
going
have
to...
moved. No,
Yes.
politically they have moved. Legally they may not move because remember
Because of the-
coalitions
yes.
have to have timelines. They have
Yes.
lifeline. The lifeline for Azimio and Kenya Kwanza is up to 2027. Even Kenya Kwanza will not have a place in 2027. There will be a new form of arrangement that they will give their own name. Those who will join them, those who will leave, there will be a new arrangement. People should not get worried. And I know supporters of Matiang'i were a little bit flabbergasted by the fact that they think the chairman of Azimio, Uhuru Kenyatta, has given... Uhuru did not have that intention whatsoever at all, that he wanted to appear like he is appointing who becomes the flag bearer.
Alijipata.
The question, the question of flag bearer, Gashane, will be determined by, as we said, will be determined by as representative majority as it can get possible to get who will become there. But then let me tell you, Uhuru, if Uhuru would say that Kalonzo or Matiang'i or Wamalwa become the flag bearer of the 2027 coalition, remember, we do not want to learn from the mistakes of last time. He said that last time, okay? And then there was a problem. Uhuru is keen to see that people chooses their own successor. That's what he has said. He's there to offer guidance, he's there to offer wisdom, but he's not there to say Kariuki becomes the flag bearer of Coalition X. No, that is your own work. Once you agree that this is the most deserving, the most suitable, the best candidate, he will go by it. So people should not interpret Azimio to be the vehicle.
If you're saying that the president or the former president is just there to facilitate maybe who succeeds, are you then saying that in 2027 it will be President Ruto versus former President Uhuru Kenyatta?
No, I am saying it will be it will be President Ruto, my wish against Matiang'i. Because that is his candidate. And that's what you're saying, because Uhuru has a candidate. But remember, I said he's a big brother. He has other other parties.
He had a candidate in 2022.
Yes.
Also.
Yes.
In the name of
He had
Raila.
Raila, yeah. True.
Uhuru's candidate in 2027
was Raila, you're right.
and Uhuru's candidate for 2027 is Matiang'i.
The Uhuru's Jubilee candidate for 2027 is Matiang'i.
Uhuru's candidate.
Uhuru's candidate for Jubilee Party.
Yes.
But not Uhuru's candidate for coalition.
you
He doesn't want to impose that.
Yes.
And I want you to
But
get
he is
that clear.
imposing candidate within his party.
No, yeah, because it is his party. Coalition is not his.
Now, that is in order. Because time is moving very fast. I think we have like 5 minutes, if I'm not wrong. Let me ask you. We've dwelt about candidates, about flag bearer, and who suits what. But the person you are planning to compete against says, you guys in the united opposition, you don't have an agenda. That your agenda is just to remove him from power. And again, recently he added that the same coalition that he defeated is the one that you're trying to resuscitate and bring it to face him.
I heard him.
Whether you change the name from Azimio to another one, I think what he meant is the same culprits
Are the same, yes.
are the same people I'm going to be facing.
Yes.
How are you planning to face this incumbent president?
In the hearts and the hearts of William Samoei Ruto, he would want to face the same people he faced. But remember, one of them is dead already, and may God rest Raila's spirit in peace. So Ruto would want a repeat of the same coalition he has defeated 3 times. Because remember, Raila Kalonzo was defeated in 2013. Raila Kalonzo was defeated in 2017. Raila Kalonzo mother was defeated in 2022. So Raila has left. The other 2 remaining,
Kalonzo and Martha Karua
are still in the race for presidency.
Yes.
For presidency. This is why we are saying, if you continue doing the same thing the same way and expect a different results, the white man says you are a fool. Matiang'i is a new entrant with excellent track record and with a reputation of work beyond any living Kenyan here that we know. They may say he's never been voted. That's a fact. He has never been voted. That's a fact that nobody can take away. But what Kenyans are looking for is not the person who has been voted before. Kenyans are looking for someone who can deliver them from the problems of misgovernance. Kenyans are looking for somebody who can put to an end the corrupt and nonsensical handling of human resource and capital. And they're asking who can better help our country move forward. That person has been there before, and he has helped move and steer the country ahead, called Matiang'i. So to ensure that Ruto is the best word that I want to use here, to ensure that Ruto is defeated, we can only give a candidate who can defeat him. Who can defeat him. Whom he has never defeated before. Yeah, whom now can defeat him. And this candidate is Fred Matiang'i. Yeah, yes. So if Ruto is talking about people without an agenda, he's not talking definitely about he's not talking about by the way, there's something he said that he wants track record. He doesn't want to face people without track record. Yes. But Matiang'i has track record. Yeah. His track record is all over. But children can see it. Women can see it. Villages can feel it. As you plan and strategize. And that's why he's no longer saying track record is going to determine election. Because he realized if Ruto is going to face a candidate with track record, that candidate will be Matiang'i, and he will floor him and wash with him in the floor for 20 minutes.
But as you plan and strategize, where do you think will be the place of Sifuna? Haven't you seen how Sifuna is coming out very strong?
And he's very popular.
Very popular.
That's what I told you.
And I want to add on that question.
Yes.
Is former President Uhuru Kenyatta being involved in the wrangles that are happening in ODM?
First of all, I'll answer the two questions by saying, I told you as we are beginning this conversation that the coalition that will remove Ruto in 2027 hasn't closed doors. Okay? The so-called United Opposition, because we are changing its name into United Government or something. United Alternative Government or something. We'll get a new name. It is not closed.
When are you doing it?
This retreat was supposed to iron some of those things. Change of name, modality of picking, how to do campaign jointly, how to develop the agenda. Some of these things are supposed to be the one guiding the retreat. And it is coming. It has been postponed, not cancelled. We are not closed. Nani is welcome. Sifuna is welcome. Jimmy Wanjege is welcome because he has a party. No, for now, Jubilee Party, because he's the one I can talk about. We are strengthening our structures and recruiting members for now. We haven't started political courting of each other. When you see PNU coming to express interest of supporting the candidature of Matiang'i as a president, is out of the two gentlemen have worked together. The two parties have been ruling parties, remember? And a ruling party knows a ruling party and its strength. Okay, but Jubilee hasn't started working with anybody. Second question that you're asking, whether President Uhuru Kenyatta is working with these people. I think when you see Junet attacking Uhuru, when you see Kabogo attacking Uhuru, when you see Gladys Wanga attacking Uhuru, when you see Oburu attacking Uhuru, these old and tired politicians have a way of identifying a bujaman. The only way they can mobilize, they are tired because this is what they have been doing. They are identifying a bujaman.
They're in the arena still.
Yeah, but tired. You know, you can be in the arena and tired. Everybody can see that you are tired because you have no agenda. You have no idea. So they want to create an enemy so that a bujaman can be identified for certain constituency. That your problem is this person. Your problem is this tribe. Your problem. They repeat that and repeat and repeat that. Who in this country carries the caliber of a bujaman who can easily be used against people? Is Uhuru Kenyatta, the former head of state. That's why they are using him. But I want to talk to people through this program and say, Uhuru Kenyatta has full hands in his party called Jubilee. He has no benefit whatsoever in meddling within ODM. He has no idea. He has no benefit whatsoever in going to fish people from ODM and put them there. Indeed, he would have wanted the legacy of Raila Odinga as a friend of Uhuru Kenyatta. He would have wanted this party to continue as united as a way of respecting his comrade, who is now late. So anybody mentioning Uhuru Kenyatta is enjoying themselves. Uhuru Kenyatta is not. He's only in Jubilee. He's not interested in many other things outside Jubilee for now.
I know time has really moved, but in 1 minute,
yes,
tell us, Jubilee Party, the party leader is Uhuru Kenyatta.
Sure.
The deputy party leader, Fred Matiang'i. There is Jeremiah Kioni.
Yes.
And
Manje. And there's a lady called Beatrice Gambo.
Yes, there are 4 of them.
Beatrice Gambo.
But the party is really associated largely with the Mount Kenya region. Definitely for the obvious purposes of that kuna party leader ambaye ametoka Mount Kenya. And then we have DCP here that is pushing to be the party for the region. What are we looking forward to?
First of all, Jubilee has 28 MPs. One of them is late, Isiolo South MP. And out of 27 remaining, 25 were elected outside 23 were elected outside Mount Kenya. So is that a Mount Kenya party?
So we will not see a back
Jubilee
and a
party,
push and pull
Jubilee
in the
party.
2027 election between Gashagua's party.
No, there will be
and
no
you know we
push
have
and
talked
pull.
of even zoning.
True. No, zoning. But by the way, let me say this. So Jubilee Party has a national appeal, including the coast. That's why we have deputy
But
party
even
leaders from
DCP
all
has
these.
officials from other regions.
Well, it was not there in 2022. I'm talking about the party that was there in 2022 and that has gone for parliamentary seats and won Senate. Actually, Governor, Senator, woman rep in Isiolo are Jubilee. Jubilee has senator for Turkana. So what I'm saying, Jubilee Party is a national party, which has had people elected across board from 2017. In Mount Kenya, people associate Jubilee Party to be the home party because of the party leader who is from Kiambu, Uhuru Kenyatta. So for me, I would say sibling rivalry does not hurt.
But it can split votes.
No, but we are in the same coalition. This is not going to split vote.
So
It is not going to split vote.
assume you have UDA,
Yes.
DCP,
Yes.
and Jubilee candidates
you can actually
in
ask
one
him.
in one
In
constituency.
Kigumo,
Yes.
where he vied and by the way, he was number 2.
Yes. And I'm going back.
You vied through the
Yes.
PDP.
Yes,
that
I'm
was
going
actually
back.
the
Yeah.
final question I would have asked him.
Kigumo,
Yeah.
he is an official of the Jubilee Party.
Yes.
Yeah.
So definitely he might get the ticket.
Yes.
No, there's no definitely. Most likely.
We
no,
assume
definitely.
we assume we'll get it.
No, I'm welcoming others. By the way, I have no problem.
Now, we have a candidate for DCP who,
Yes.
of course, will be
He's the incumbent MP.
Wamunyoro.
Yes.
Is he
He's
Wamunyoro?
called Munyoro.
Oh,
himself.
Munyoro, yes, Munyoro. He's actually called Munyoro.
Yes.
DCP candidate.
DCP candidate.
So we have
And then
Jubilee.
Now we have
UDA.
another candidate, a
Yes.
very strong one, because Sabina Chege has been a woman rep
He's
for
a
10
veteran.
years.
He's
Yes.
a veteran
A
leader.
veteran politician.
Yes.
From Kegumo. Vying
Interesting
through
on
the UDA ticket.
Probability is
So what
UDA.
Dan is saying, don't you think if you vie against Munyoro,
Yes.
you'll give Sabina an undue advantage and win?
First of all, I'll tell you this. In an ideal situation, that would be true. But any person associated with UDA in Mount Kenya will see like what Jubilee did.
But better knows.
Jubilee 2022 in Mount Kenya. Jubilee. Anybody associated with Jubilee was defeated and crushed, regardless of whether the votes would be split. This time, anybody vying in Mount Kenya region with UDA is like signing a death certificate.
Why are you very sure? And in Bere North,
You are trust.
you are
The opposition was defeated.
you are washed, whitewashed.
You were saying something about
that's
being
a debate
swept
for another time.
in the
I'll
floor.
tell you, in the floor, watching the floor with
Yeah, he was actually the same way you are planning to wash the floor.
I will tell you as another debate because of time.
Yes.
But let me say it this way. The only way also for mobilizing votes for a presidential candidate is allowing as many people as possible to contest if they are supporting that candidate.
Yes.
If you zone out Jubilee as a party for Murang'a and then you zone DCP as a party for Nyandarua, those people who do not like that particular candidate sponsored by that party that is zoned on behalf of, they are going to lose votes. And people are going to be empathetic.
Yes.
Apathetic. They're going to apply apathy. They are not going to vote. So the question, and by the way, this retreat is not supposed to deal with these things. And I'm happy that you guys are following these things closely. Do we zone or do we not?
So we are also giving you agenda.
Yeah, it's very good. So now you'll come and
zoning.
present, make a presentation.
Other than zoning,
You will
there's
come and
another
do that.
proposal.
But the question of
A
zoning does
joint
not arise.
nomination
Exercise.
Of, yes.
No, that can't happen because it is not allowed by political parties. That kind of joint is not possible. So every party will do its own nominations, get the best candidate. If that candidate would say, our party has left this for this without compulsion whatsoever, it is allowed. But it's not going to happen. So this is what I'm telling people across the country. Jubilee is back. Is a party that has had the experience of leadership. Is a party that has delivered. And is a party that has a unifier as a party as a party leader, a former president. So I'm asking every Kenyan listening to me, from the lake to the mountain to the ocean and to the hills and to the plateaus, to join Jubilee Party and come and square inside there. On whether Jubilee Party's candidate will become the president of Kenya is a question of time. So people should not get worried about these internal wrangles. It is normal. Why? If a man has 3 wives, these wives fighting does not weaken the man. It actually strengthens the man, because at the end of the day, the man carries the final word, the veto power, which is what we are saying. Within the united opposition, this infightings, it's not a bad thing. We will come and agree and tell Kenyans, give us the best candidate you think among these who will become the best president for you. And that is where the election will have been conducted and ended.
Thank you. Thank you so much. As you give your final remarks, is Sabina still part of Jubilee, by the way?
She's nominated by Jubilee, okay? But she's associating with UDA. By all purposes and intentions, Sabina has gone to UDA. So we are in the process of writing a letter to her. Show cause letter, why she's associating with another party, contrary to Elections Act of 2011. And then, based on her response, we will take the appropriate step.
UDA did that. They even expelled Gloria Ruoba. Yes. Why haven't you done that?
Because the party was coming from war. We were changing officials. The new officials like us have not been gazetted. So we can't write a letter now.
So you are writing a letter? We are
going to write a letter once we get the gazettement of the new leadership. The first business, which will be done by the executive director and the secretary general, is to write a show cause letter to her and the other 20 MPs.
What about the East African Legislative Assembly MP?
Even that one we are going to write to her, to him. We write to all these that have gone. By the way, not everybody has gone. Not everybody is in bed with the ruling regime.
Yes.
Those who are in bed with the ruling regime, or even those who have gone to ODM, because you see, even if you are together with ODM in terms of opposition, you cannot advocate for policies of another political party while you serve a political party. So we are going to write them disciplinary letters, show cause why they are betraying their parties. And Sabina should be advised that she's not out of the hook. Okay? That seat could be given to other ladies. We have other beautiful ladies in the
you are going to be vying for Kigumo
this is where
2027.
I'm not going to vie. I'm going to just take it, because this time I'm not going to vie.
Aren't you overconfident?
I'm just going to be taken. No, I'm not overconfident. I have done my research. And Kigumo people have been crying because I told them what they are seeing today. Now they have said, come, we were wrong. So I'm just going to pick that that seat.
Thank you.
But this is God willing.
God willing. Thank you very much, Zakinudi. Indeed, here it says Unfiltered.
Yes.
So tunakuuliza as is.
Thank you.
Tufichi. Tunauliza outright. So my name is Daniel Kariuki. Until we meet again on Thursday, I wish you a good time.
I am Dungu Kashane.
Unfiltered with Ndongo Gashane and Daniel Kariuki.